to know that song. January by Pilot. Topical, isn't it? It's January, is my point. Long time no see or ears. So, long time no ears. That's the old quaint British phrase. If you're an American watching this and you meet an English person, just go, hey, long time no ears, buddy. And I don't know what'll happen. It's nonsense. How are you? I'm just eating nuts. I thought, why did I take a handful of nuts? I thought, I'll tell you why. I was a bit hungry. And often now, I'll eat at 6 p.m. We go to restaurants at 6. Sometimes, when we go to restaurants, it might be like 5 to 6. The staff are having their free meal and they sort of look up and go, waiters are still chewing when they take our order. So yeah, I had a handful of nuts to do this, but of course, they're probably in my teeth and fillings. So yeah, hello. Right, let's get down to it. I hope you had a good Christmas. Thank Christ it's over. Could that be is that Christmas? I suppose it is Christmas, isn't it? Thank Christ it's over. Right, good. We're back. I've done this for a while. But yeah, I was bullied. I was bullied on Twitter by cats and dogs, basically. Oh, Uncle Ricky, are you going to do a Bollocks Live? I ignore the first one. Then they get, oh, is he? Yeah, I think so. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right. Julia Core. Will Armageddon be the last stand-up? God, well, I hope not. Do you know someone? Are you a doctor? Or is there probably more coming? I don't. No, I hope not. You put everything into it in case it's the last, but you get to the point where I love starting out with a new stand-up. I love just doing those 5 minutes, then 10 minutes with chums. Then you got 20, and then you got 40, and I think I need another 10 to start booking in gigs. Then I've got 60. I can put some on sale, and then by the time they come around, I'll have 70. And then you're happy with the content, and it gets good. And then you go through a phase of, this is rubbish. I've got them laughing. But which should be enough. But you go, it's because it's the same for me every night, but not for them. It's the first time I've heard it, and they laugh. But I've heard it 50 times, and I start going, is that funny? Everyone does that. That's not just me. And then you go, no, it is. It's good. That you work on it a bit, and you're happy. Then you film it, and you can't wait to start again. So I already can't wait to start again. So hopefully, if I live long enough. Gunnar and Andy. This is going to be a doozy, I bet. Good. We know about you not liking Brussels sprouts, but philosophical progress in meta-philosophy. What explains why there hasn't been more progress in philosophy in this day and age? Well, I don't know that there hasn't been. I mean, you always sort of learn the classics. So there's no more Greek philosophy and, Descartes and that. It's usually people, I mean, I'm sure there are new ideas as new things come out, but we're probably not aware of because it's such a fringe subject, isn't it? You can, a top-selling new book on philosophy probably sells 500 copies, do you know what I mean? So it's happening, and there's nothing to apply it to. It's not like a new discovery in science or medicine. It's just, I don't know, do I? Why am I answering questions about philosophy to two dogs? Also, I think science had a big resurgence in people just want to know the answer. They don't want to be told how to get to it or how to think. And I think that with that, there's been sort of fractions where people want hard empirical truth and some people reject it because it doesn't align with their reality. So they sort of reject it, and there's a whole school of thought that literally think feelings are more important than facts. So that might have had something to do with it. There's a real loss of critical thinking, I think, with social media, where being popular got you a like more than being right. So I took it seriously, didn't I? I waffled. You probably made me spout absolute bullshit, but I answered a question about the state of philosophy from two dogs. This is my life. Jane, how did you get David Bowie to appear in extras? Some achievement, getting the great man. It was. Well, it was actually. Can you hear my laptop with its fan on, where it's old, and it gets hot, and I have to close it down. I don't know what to do because I've got to read your questions off it. Is this going to die? If it bursts into flames, I'm going to have to stop this. It's ridiculous. How can I tell it to stop? Oh. I need that. Just something that when I get hot, I just. Can I shut it down after each? I should have printed it out. Next time I will. Right. Well, basically, he was returning a favour. I sort of met him, and he found out about me, and he watched The Office, and he liked it, and we sort of became pen pals, and he invited me to play Madison Square Garden to help him as part of the High Line Festival. When they were building the High Line in New York, he curated a big sort of fundraiser, and I was the sort of comedian, and then I sort of got to know him, and I plucked up courage to say, would you do extras? I think it was the last TV he did. I think him inviting me on stage was the last live performance he did. I could be wrong about that, but I've heard that's true. So yeah, I just asked and he said yes. I don't know. He liked me. Don't know why. Maybe I reminded him when he had these teeth. I remember I asked him once, I said, growing up when I had these teeth, I didn't care because you had them, and then you had yours fixed. How does that make me feel? He didn't care. Ollie Afterlife, how are you? No, really, how are you? Well, you're a psychiatrist. Please give us a full report on your physical and mental status. Any gum boils, bunions, backaches, or imaginary tumours lately? Always imaginary tumours. Everything. Also, will you be bringing Armageddon to Copenhagen? Yes. It's Copenhagen for me is one of the top 5. I have to play Copenhagen. It might be one of the biggest I do as well. It's a huge arena there, and I love the. I choose places now when I fly anywhere. I choose places that are nice for me and Jane to go for 2 days, and it gets to the point where one of the most beautiful cities in the world, I'm playing an arena, right, abroad, which I should be going. That is amazing for a British comic to be selling 20,000 seats. But then it comes to the day I go, oh, I've got to go to work. I wanted to eat more pasta and walk around the square. So, I'm all right. I mean, I'm getting worse with age, but I suppose my one change in lifestyle is I used to eat and drink too much, and I still do, and then try and burn it off and get fit, right? Now, I don't worry so much about burning it off and getting fit. I worry more about wellness. So I sort of stretch and drink more water and have a carrot. I still do everything else bad, but that seems to be working out better for me. I mean, I don't just keep fit to keep my heart going. I sort of try and keep fit so I play tennis once a week. I work up to playing tennis once a week, and then I can't walk for a day, and then I can't, for like 2 days, and then I sort of... But now, I feel okay the next day, since I've been sort of stretching and just taking care of myself as opposed to trying to beat the system, if you know what I mean. This probably makes sense to doctors and physios, but the general public, how does that work? Well, it sort of does. It sort of does. Back me up on this, someone. So yeah, I've got the usual, but I'm still a hypochondriac. I still sort of tickling my throat after having my trachea removed tomorrow, Jane. You know what I mean? This is, but apart from that, I'm pretty good. Yeah. Thanks for asking. Mel, if you didn't go into show business, what would you have been? A, builder. B, civil servant, council worker. C, give guitar lessons. That's a different one. Because if builder means working on a building site for the rest of my life, I mean, that's a tough job, isn't it? But if builder means owning a company and telling people where to go and what to do, that would be all right. Civil servant, probably. I probably would have gone into teaching. I'd have thought something like that. Somewhat vaguely around academia. Does that count? No, that's not a civil servant, is it? Is it? No, it's not, is it? Of course it isn't. No. Yeah, I could see that. I could see me doing that. Guitar lessons is probably the best because at least it's around music, but it's not really, is it? It must be frustrating when you get absolute idiots. I mean, it must be awful for the first 50 lessons. I don't know if I've got the patience. Just do this! Also, I don't think I'm good enough. I taught myself, so I wouldn't know how to... I didn't even learn the basics. I sort of made it up. But, I don't know. It's got to be the easiest, isn't it? You're at home, people come to you, they give you 50 quid, and you go, yeah, that's C, that's F, that's A minor, that's G. That's all you need. That's all you need. Leslie, which quote is your favourite from the Afterlife series? This one pulled my heartstrings. Oh yeah, nothing is as good if you don't share it. I like those I do like those sort of heart-wrenching moments. I like the, I'd rather be nowhere with her than somewhere without her. It shows his state of mind. I sort of quite like those moments of poetry as opposed to just the sort of jokes and the filth and the satire. It's nice to sometimes just be sincere, and see what a character's thinking. I like the one that Anne says on the bench, that I'd rather live missing him than him live missing me. I love that, which is sort of flip side of things, isn't it? So I love that. But then I love it when something hits, an idea comes to you, like, I'm not a pedo, and if I was, you'd be safe, you tubby little ginger cunt. I mean, that's... I'm prouder of that than I should be, if I'm being totally honest. Oh dear. Doris, Would you prefer extra large hands or extra large feet? I've got quite small hands and feet, I think. Well, you know, I'm only 5'8". I mean, neither of them seem to be a hindrance. It's not like... I've never said I wish I had bigger feet. I've never said it. Or I wish I had bigger hands. I've never... What would be more useful? I don't fall over because my feet are too small. I suppose bigger hands would be better because that's good for your grip, isn't it? Probably good for tennis. Probably good if you're a goalkeeper. It's good for carrying loads of oranges. So out of the two, I mean, how are we? What are we talking here? Are we talking stupid? I'm just walking along like some sort of fossil with like, what are we talking? Just big, like someone goes, fucking hell, they're big hands, or fuck me, what is that? What are we talking? Just too big, just a bit big. Either way though, if your feet are ridiculously too big, you can't walk, can you? You flap along. It's always hands. It's always hands. Whatever, everything being equal, whatever size we're talking, it's always hands. No meat Pete. What's your guilty pleasure, song-wise? I don't do that. I've got lots that people go, that's a guilty pleasure, but I'm not ashamed of it. If you like it, you can't be ashamed of it, can you? I like things that I know aren't cool, but I don't care really. If I was walking along and someone said, oh, what are you listening to? I wouldn't go, oh, nothing, because it was the fucking Rocky theme tune or something. As a giveaway, I do listen to that when I'm running. Working out doesn't count. I listen to lots of things that I wouldn't come home and put an album on, just to get you. But I like, I don't adhere to that. If someone says we listed my favourite songs, I'll tell the truth. I won't try and slip in old blues singers that no one's ever heard of. I think luckily I've got quite good taste, and I say luckily because you can't choose your taste, can you? You can't choose what you like. You just do. It's like you can't choose your taste buds. But what's the uncoolest thing? AR is an example. I've never been a Cliff Richard fan, really. I was never that. I was into other things when he was about. I was into cooler things, I guess. But I will defend some of his songs, like We Don't Talk Anymore, cracking tune. Miss You Nights, beautiful song. So don't start on me. Claire, my question is if you had to do karaoke, what would your song choice be? A lot about songs here, isn't it? Well, I can answer that. I think I've done it once and I remember what I did. It was New York, New York by Frank Sinatra. I suppose that's because there's a hint of irony about it. So it's not me going up there and going, look what a great singer I am, get me on X Factor. I can sort of do it, but do you know what I mean? And I just think the song's great. And and then, that was years ago, but then I did that again with Elmo in Carnegie Hall. We did a duet. So, nothing's ever wasted. So I suppose that one. Sarah, please give us a hint when you're bringing Armageddon to London. Well, the hint is, well, it's not even a hint. I'm trying to do it in September and October. And I'm trying to get as many dates at the venues I like, which is the Palladium, Wembley Arena. So I'll do as many of them as is available, really. Both those are quite... Yeah, that Fox. I think they're starting to... Mate, did you hear it? Computers going off, foxes. So yeah, this autumn, comes around quick, doesn't it? And I'll probably film it there as well for Netflix, and then start again. So, someone said Los Angeles, yeah. Oh yeah, see you at the Hollywood Bowl in May, and New York, and others. Where are we? Angelina, are you already working on thinking about new stuff? Or do you only want to focus on Armageddon right now? I do only want to focus on Armageddon, but you can't help, you have ideas and you get, oh, that'd be good. And I think I've jotted down about 4 new ideas. And you start dabbling. Like I've got sort of 4 or 5 pages on one, a title on the other, a page on another, and they're all different. One's a sort of sitcom idea, one's an animation, one's a movie, and eventually I could do them all, but you've got to choose one of those to do at a time. So I don't know yet, but yes, both. I am starting to think about new stuff, but I want to focus on Armageddon. You don't want to take on too much. You don't want to suddenly be a burden. And then I do sometimes think of, why am I just buy an island, just sit there, just having ideas. That'd do, wouldn't it? I feel like I've already been paid for this. I've already been luckier than I ever dreamed of. So I can just have ideas and not do them, and think, well, I've been paid for that. Don't need to do it. Does that count? Or just give them to other people. Just because I can't be bothered to do it, I'll go, here's an idea for a sitcom, you do it, give me 10%. I might do that. Always work, cracking ideas, can't be bothered. Genuinely thinking about that now. Genuinely wish I could do that. That would be great for me. Or just do some adverts, like a day's work. Yeah, here's the deal. I don't usually do them, but anyone out there, any marketing companies or products, it's $1 million, right, for a day's work. I write it, shoot it, give it to you, do what you want with it. Plus you give $1 million to an animal charity. And I can't be fairer than that. And it's got to be ethical as well. I'm not going to do gambling or fur or something. But if it's a product with no horrible connotations, I'll write an advert, I'll act in it, I'll endorse it, $1 million, day's work, and you give $1 million to charity. Done. I'll just do that. Rachel, if you had children, what would you have named them? Oh, it's a nightmare, isn't it? That is a nightmare. I mean, it's like hard to care, sort of, hypothetically, isn't it? But in real life, it does matter because it matters to them. That's why I don't like these names that are for the parents and the kids got to live with it for the rest of their fucking life. Some are normal. What's up with Ben and Bill and Jack and Bob? I've had 4 boys. Oh no, so what did I say? Ben, what did I say? Ben? Bill and Ben was the first 2. They're twins. Bill and Ben, the twins. Then Jack and Bob. Nothing wrong with that. Keena, you're getting lots of feedback on Armageddon being your most woke show. How do you feel about this? Well, without giving too much away, that's an in-joke from the people who've seen it. It's not my most work, but I don't want to give anything away because it's part of the show. Jenna, if you could ask Pickle just one question and have her actually answer you, what would it be? It would be, are you happy? I think that's what you worry about. Are we doing the right? Is it happy? Is it, it seems it. Everything points to her being happy, but it'd be nice to she'd go, yeah, I'm loving it. I'll go, brilliant. Anything we can do different? Don't know. Extra meal time? Well, no. That's... yeah, I'd like to go for a walk on a lead around Hampstead. All right? I'll sort it. So, yeah, one question. What do you want? What do you want? I'll do that. I think. Right, we got through it, didn't we? Julia Kemple. How many pages, single-spaced, is an episode of Afterlife, roughly? Also, do you write the full episodes first draft before you go back and start editing? I don't know. I don't think it's the same as when you sort of type a novel. It's in final draft, and it's because it's script. It's a big block in the middle, so you've got a script. You've got to open it, so you lose that bit down the margin, if you know what I mean, and this bit for notes. So it's a big block down the middle. I don't know. It's probably half. Looking at that you'd have if you wrote a novel on a page, and I underwrite. I underwrite for two reasons. I underwrite because it's for me. It's not like I'm a writer sending it off and having to do every detail so they get it right. I'm writing it for me to direct. So there's a sort of shorthand there. So I probably write less than most people would in a script. Probably 20% less pages. Also, I like to leave it. I don't want to overwrite because I don't want to tell the actors what to do until the day, if you know what I mean. And I want them to come up with stuff. So I know that it's gonna, and the actors I choose, I know it's gonna spread on the day because we're having fun. So you chop it down again. So I don't even know what an average script would be. I reckon if an average script for Afterlife would be like, I don't know, 35 pages, I'm happy to film with 30. And knowing that that's going to be too long and I'm going to cut it down. And I'd probably start workshopping it with 15, 20 pages to give me ideas. Do I write it all at once now? No, I usually write the first episode before I start writing others. But I'll have ideas. I'll put, this is a good idea for 2 or 3 or this character can come back in a later episode. So it's sort of like a jigsaw puzzle. You sort of start, but the skeleton would be, mostly whatever's happening in and then down to, after the first couple of months, it would be 1 nearly finished, 2 started, 3 a line, then dribble out, and you just build that up. But it depends. I don't even know if that's normal. I don't know. I assume, as I say, if I was a writer for hire and I was handing it over, it would be different. But I'm writing it for me to direct it. So that's probably terrible advice. But I don't know. I've never done it the other way. Good. Well, there you go. Half hour of complete bollocks. Thank you for following. Thanks for voting for all the awards this year. I think I said Afterlife overtook The Office in awards this year, which is amazing to still be. Well, it's amazing to be alive at my age, let alone still selling out arenas and winning awards. So very grateful. Very, very grateful. Yeah, be nice to animals and all that. And I'll see you again one day. I've got nothing to plug really. The gigs are sold out. I'm putting more on as long as they go along. So yeah, watch Afterlife again from the beginning. Yeah, all right. Tatty bye everyone. Tatty bye.